Previously on the War-Torn Task, we started Drustvar and rooted out every single one. We exposed Lord Stormsong's master and they totally were not anything to do with old gods. We tried to do our first dungeon and chickened out, only to walk back in later and find it to be incredibly easy the whole time. Ran our first raid and chickened out, only again to walk back in later and find it to be incredibly easy, and ultimately just decided that I'm a coward. Wait, what? Did I seriously write that about myself? Oh, God. Jesus. Just roll the titles. The War-Torn Task is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Welcome back to the War-Torn Task of 100% completing Battle for Azeroth, where it is time for the Alliance War Campaign episode. It's sort of like an anime's beach episode, but with violence and the underlying Warcraft story of race wars. And I say it's like the beach episode because when I was writing this, it's all I could really think of. So because of that, I felt that this was appropriate. The war campaign starts with us heading off to Nazjatar and it's Keishan! It's Keishan! Sorry, I just really love Keishan. Nazjatar has us clearing out blood trolls in order to set up a base camp for Alliance operations. After clearing out a cave and stopping a witch doctor from performing a ritual, once again, my brain gives up. How do I get out? How do I leave?
Lords have forgotten knowledge.
Right. How do I how do I get out? There. Found it, don't worry. We then move our attention to a local encampment of blood trolls that pose a threat to us and rescue a member of our team. We rescue her, but she seems a bit, you know. Oh, okay, yeah, she's gone nuts. Culty. Next up, Zuldazar, where we start with clearing out a horde shipwreck close to where our first base camp is. Once that's done, we head on up to our second base camp, which is currently run by the Dark Iron Dwarfs, so you know this one's gonna have mole machines! Part of the Dark Iron's plan to clear the area is to summon a magma elemental, and oh boy did I have some fun with this. Yep, it does. This is fun. I like this. Lastly on the initial footholds list, it's Vol'dun. We sail in and clear out the landing zone of the Sethrak nearby, and of course, we were given a toy to do it with, so again, I had a bit of fun. Oh no, no. Stay in the circle, stay in the circle, stay in the circle. Come in the circle, come in the circle. Thank you. We set up the camp and press forward to meet the local Sethrak resistance and ally with them, and then that's it. That is all 3 footholds in Zandalar set up. So now for the real bread and butter of the campaign. The meat and cheese. The charcuterie board of it. We head on back to Vol'dun, but this time for an assassination mission. No, not one of those. The target is Arlathel's Sunwatcher, and we start off with listening to the plan, where we discover Shandris is just fed up with Wyrmbane's shit.
On your mark.
Okay, that's funny.
Soldier.
Honestly, same. We kick off the search for our target by looking for Horde activity, which shouldn't be too hard to find, seeing as you know, it's their continent. We press on further and get the most important quest we have ever received. Obtain an alpaca, which is easier said than done. Let's go. No, with me. There's a good one. Over here. There we go. No. No. Come back here. I'm not making progress and then losing it. No, fucking behave. No, we're right here. We're right here.
Hi, how are you? Alrighty then.
And the more eagle-eyed among you will have noticed it was for a gnome, and we're now tasked with moving further into the desert. So of course, the alpaca has to come too. And how does it come with us? Is he? Oh, okay. Yep, he's... Oh, God, I'm going to have to bring this back, aren't I? Okay. Truly iconic. Now it's time to kill our target, which requires a lot of thought, planning, subtlety, stealth, a sneaky approach. Hello, Arlathel's Sunwatcher. Goodbye, Arthur, our Sunwatcher. Or, you know, that. We head on back to the camp, but one of our team members seems to be missing. Oh, wait, no, never mind. There he is. Oh. Oh. Ah, fuck.
I can't believe you've done this.
Next up, we're heading back to Nazmir and... Ah! Look! It's Cation! It's Cation! It's Cation! Sorry, I will control myself. This time, we're here to clear out the blood trolls, free Tortolans, and kill a target for a Horde missive. Horde missive. Hello. Goodbye. Did it! Next up on our hit list after eavesdropping on a Horde meeting is the leader of the San Lane, Blood Prince Drevin. But not all is according to plan. Oh, wait, is... Keishan dead?
King's honor.
No, he's alive. Next up, the target is Gallywix. But hang on, no, I've killed him, look. Now at this point, my focus turns to a certain area that unlocks once we've got to a certain part of the war campaign, the Battle of Dazar'alor raid. But I might have misplaced a few times where I was in the campaign, so... I want to get to the point in the war campaign when we get to Dazar'alor. Once we get to Dazar'alor, we're going to side... Yeah, pay attention to that number. It's going to go up quite a bit. We chase down Gallywix, who does a runner, and we follow him to Azshara to crash his party, where he gets away. Of course he gets away. It's Gallywix. Next, we're back on the hunt for Drevin, which takes us out to sea. We clear out Horde ships and set our sights on a battle chest. But...
It's a trap!
And then, we commit war crimes. Breaking news! The Alliance has bombed the Horde Navy! We now go live to a caller who's currently on the burning wreckage.
Pain! Make it stop!
Drevin is hiding down below on one of the ships, and never mind, he's dead. Back to Borealis for the next section we go, where we're tasked with heading off to Zuldazar to sabotage the Zandalari fleet. Okay.
What can I do for you? Have a good one.
It's Dazar'alor time. After planting some bombs on the ships, we head back to Stormwind to brief my son on what we've put in place.
Inspiration to those around you. And for that, hero, you have my thanks. For the Alliance.
Lovely. That is the first part of the campaign done. Right, back to Borealis, where we are gonna see the next part of the campaign, which is likely Dazar'alor. War campaign by accepting the quest champion Shandris Feathermoon. Where the bloody hell is she then? Where the fuck is Shandris? It looks like she's in here. There's Shandris.
Speak freely.
But I can't seem to recruit her. So, that's a lie. Oh, in Storm... We're going back to Stormwind. Shandris is still there. She's still there. Waiting for us. Isn't that nice?
The Sentinels stand ready.
You're coming with me. Thank you. Next one. Yeah, okay, I will admit that wasn't my finest moment. So now we're in the part of the campaign that is actually the lead up to the Battle of Dazar'alor. First up, we're off to speak with Jaina to deliver a report from SI7, but we're interrupted by, oh look, it's plot armor! The Horde have launched an attack on Kultiris and we head off to stop it. And it's at this point I would like to take a moment to address you all. Specifically, those of you that may work at Tesco. Every little person on that, they like Tesco. Not sponsored. God, imagine if I was sponsored by Tesco. I would ask for payment in meal deals. That is it. If I ever got a Tesco sponsorship, I would ask for payment in meal deals. I wouldn't ask for money. Think of the amount of money I'd save on meal deals. Think about it. Just give me a year's supply of meal deals. If I had one every single day, they're what, £4? That's £1,460 saved. We teleport a bunch of Azeroth bombs onto the Horde ships, blow them up, and walk away looking like a badass. Okay. I think this is a point where it's going to ask me to go to battle for Dazar'alor. Once again, I was wrong. Next up, it's time to oh, fuck it. We head on over to Gorilla Gorge to find Grong, the co-inventor of the oh, screw it, the make shit big thing. We test it on Grong a few times, break his brain a bit, and then clear out the Temple of the Prophet. Next up, we're heading back to Zuldazar to get the Abyssal Scepter.
Farewell.
Really interested to see how long until Dazar'alor. We break into the vault with Flynn and Shaw and grab the scepter with minimal issues. Oh. And here comes Opulence.
Now do we worry?
Nope. Now we run.
Okay, a fair few issues. Off to Nazmir to rile up the Blood Trolls. We clear out the camp, then use the scepter we just got to cover Nazmir in a thick fog. After that, we commit mass murder in an elemental and then again on a dinosaur, which I may once again have had a bit of fun with. Yeah. That was fun. And then, it finally happened. It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have been waiting for, I present Crucible of Storms. Wait, what? I thought it was what? As we were progressing through the war campaign, I remembered that the Crucible of Storms mini-raid was a thing, and made the decision that we were going to do the raids in order. This meant that before we went to the Battle of Dazar'alor, we would do the Crucible of Storms first. The benefit of this raid is that it is a 2-boss mini-raid, so it doesn't take too long to complete. This also means that Crucible of Storms enters our weekly rotation of raids. With our first Crucible of Storms down, we don't have much left to get from it on Mythic, bar a few achievements and inscription recipes, so we now set our sights on Dazar'alor. Now that we have 3 raids in the rotation, I want to take a second to go through what the plan of action for the raids are and how I plan to go about certain things. Firstly, we'll be going through all of the raids once a week on Mythic. When Midnight launched, Blizzard made it that once you complete a tier set on one difficulty, you automatically unlock and collect the appearances for the full set on the difficulties below it. So if you were to complete a tier set on Mythic, you'll automatically complete Heroic, Normal and LFR too. It's a huge quality of life change and I am very much for it. The catch, however, is if it's completed on a character that wouldn't normally have access to that tier set. Let's say you were to complete a preset on a hunter, you would have to log into the class it is for in order to unlock the lower sets. I've made great use of this in Midnight myself with the Catalyst by fully upgrading a full set of hero track raid gear to get the Mythic difficulty, thus meaning that Midnight Season 1 is the first ever raid tier where I've completed every single tier variant for my main. BFA, however, doesn't have class exclusive tier sets, instead opting for armor types. Every raid except for Crucible of Storms has a cloth, leather, mail and plate variant for all tier sets, which means there's less to collect. So by focusing on Mythic, we should in theory be able to complete all the tier sets without having to set foot into the other difficulties to get them. The exception here being Crucible of Storms, as that doesn't have a tier set, but every difficulty has unique appearances that we will need to collect. Coupled with the fact that weapons are not included in this retroactive collection either, we will still have to do the lower difficulties, we just won't have as much to get. Even once we have completed all the Mythic tier sets and weapon appearances though, we will still need to run Battle of Dazar'alor and Ny'alotha on Mythic once a week. This is because both Jaina in Dazar'alor and N'Zoth in Ny'alotha have Mythic only mounts with drop rates of go fuck yourself %. These mounts are the Glacial Tidestorm from Jaina and the Ny'alotha Allseer from N'Zoth. There is also a third mount from these raids, which is Gmod from Mekkatorque in Dazar'alor. However, Gmod is not Mythic exclusive and can drop from the other difficulties, with LFR having it drop from Jaina instead. This makes it easier to farm once we've cleared out a lot more of the raid. It's also unique in the way that it doesn't drop from the boss itself. Instead, it just plops straight into your bags if you get it once you kill Mekkatorque or Jaina on LFR, which makes doing this... Are we gonna get it today? No, we're not. Pointless. We'll also need to collect all of the BOEs from each difficulty of the raid as well, but it seems at the time Blizzard really hated collectors, as a BOE will only drop for the armor type you wear or a weapon type you can use, meaning that Matachino will only be able to get plate gear, 1- and 2-handed swords, maces and axes. This also means that we are going to have to run one of every single armor type through these raids in order to get the BOEs, and there are heroic exclusive BOEs, normal exclusive BOEs and LFR exclusive BOEs as well. It's not just Mythic and they are not shared. And then the glory achievements, which just like the 4th version of the war campaign, is a later problem. The aim of this Dazar'alor run was to get a baseline for the raid and tick off a big chunk of the list before focusing certain items, as I haven't really run this on Mythic before. So after our first attempt at Glacial Tidestorm, right, are we going to get her mount? First time.
Soldier.
Come on.
We will see
First time. Luck be on my side.
Champions, thank you for all you've done
No.
this day.
Battle of Dazar'alor is on 20.11%. Rastakhan is dead, the Alliance have the upper hand seemingly, but the campaign is not over just yet. Dear God, there is so much more to go. The next part of the war campaign sends us back to Freehold, as Ashvane has escaped from Tol'da Gore, so it's our job to investigate what she's up to. We start gathering clues in Freehold and then head back to Paralis, where Bran 2.0 is waiting for us with a message for Jaina. What happens next is one of my favourite cutscenes of the entire war campaign.
Lady Jaina, long has it been since we spoke peacefully in Theramore. I have come to return one who was lost.
My own brother. I had thought better of you, Bane. So tell me, is he the Banshee's puppet? crammed full of blight? Is he the bomb this time?
Yes. I'm still your brother, Jaina. For as long as stars do shine.
The Horde has a sickness in it. We wage war while the Earth Mother dies. We have forgotten what truly matters. I return home to take what solace I can in my family. I hope you take solace in yours.
That is by far one of my favourite parts of the war campaign.
Jaina.
After this, we head over to Unity Square to debrief with my son about the Battle of Dazar'alor, and now it's time to witness the fallout of Bane handing Derek over to Jaina, but not before a Golden Mane's Reigns attempt.
You lazy meat sacks. You come to join the rest of these runs, eh?
Nope. Sylvanas accuses Zeladin of handing him over to the Alliance, and Bane steps in to defend him. Well done, Bane. Great defending. Well done. You did great, honey. Which brings us to the next major section of the war campaign, Nazjatar. But first, that one. It's another Proudmoore one done. Tortolan Seekers. Oh, any world quests in... Okay, in Tiragard Sound. Oh, stop it. It's time for the rematch of the century. Moving on to Nazjatar, we run through the opening questline as quick as we can, but in the process, we meet the Ankoan and set up Mezimir, which is our outpost in Nazjatar. And immediately, my focus turns to the Eternal Palace raid, as by getting settled into Nazjatar, this now means we have 4 out of the 5 BFA raids open to us. Eternal Palace has your typical armor tier sets, glory achievements, a few pets, and armor appropriate BOEs to collect as you would typically expect from the BFA raids. There are no mounts to collect, except from completing the Glory of the Eternal Raider achievement, but there are essences. Some of the bosses drop aqueous reliquaries. Fuck it. Which are tokens that can be turned into Azerite essences dependent on your loot spec. Machicino can do the DPS and tank ones, but as Death Knights can't heal anyone except Blood, who can heal themselves more than healers it seems, this means we'll need to collect enough of these on an alt that has a healing spec because Christ, it just never ends. Just like with the first Dazar'alor run, my goal here was to start filling up the collection, and then from the next run, focus on certain items and achievements as well as completing the bosses for their drops. However, during this run, we did complete one of the glory achievements without realizing from Lady Ashvane. Dead. Oh, I got the achievement Simple Geometry from that. Defeat Lady. Oh! After running the raid, we ended with a completion for Eternal Palace of 16.86%, which means we still have a very long way to go. Back to the campaign, we're off to the Chamber of Heart to see Magni and Mother. This is the part where we unlock the essences I mentioned in the last episode and just now with the Eternal Palace, and we can now properly start to begin collecting them. After that, we are back to Nazjatar to progress more in that story until we're asked to go to Stormwind to speak with my son again. Anduin tells us that Bane's execution has been ordered by Sylvanas, and we are to sneak into Orgrimmar to get him out and free him. But we're not the only ones there, as Sourfang and Thrall are also here. So we team up and free Bane, and this is where the true end of the war campaign begins. After freeing Bane, we return to Borealis to gather our forces for a full-on assault of Orgrimmar once again. Anduin and Sourfang have a heart-to-heart, Zappy Boy makes an appearance, and off we go to Durotar. We clear the path, defeat Sylvanas' saboteurs, and now it is time for the final showdown.
Let it be finished.
The High Overlord falls. I trusted you. And so did they.
You cannot kill hope. You tried at Teldrassil. You failed. Hope remains. You set us to kill each other at Lordaeron. You failed. Here we stand. You just keep failing. The Horde will endure. The Horde is strong.
The Horde is nothing! You are all nothing!
For Azeroth!
If you could see yourselves as I see you. Toy soldiers in tin plate. Beasts who howl for honor, standing as one. Savor it. Nothing lasts.
The best cutscene Blizzard have ever put in this game. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Alliance War campaign done, and where I'm going to leave it for today. We now have a completion percentage of 31.66% after completing 3 new raids for the first time and ticking off the war campaign for Nazjatar. And this number is only going to start getting higher faster for a while now as we start to bring in the grinds proper. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe for more of the war-torn task of 100% completing Battle for Azeroth. See you next time.
Pain, make it stop.